This is Lonely RS. I'm an Iron Man with the absurd goal of completing the entirety of old school RuneScape. From the collection log to the one-time completable things, welcome to Iron Completionist. Well, with the retroactive log stuff being added to the game and my collection log finally being caught up to the items I've had in the past, I want to start out on a couple of grinds that I guess I've just been kind of putting off. Now that some more log slots are filled out, I have a bit more motivation to do them. One of them is actually right here, aerial fishing. You might be thinking, well, why were you waiting so long to do it? It's not like you could have had this before. That's absolutely right. But look how much green is on this left side of my log here. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to green the all pets section anytime soon, but aerial fishing and hunter guild are the only things on the left here that are not green. Now, I don't think I'm going to go and green log aerial fishing all in one go today, but I want to at least make some headway, get some pearls, and work on this pearl barbarian rod. Let's start with that. Now, I do have these 5,751 remaining fish chunks from the last time I was here. I don't think you use one every time. Maybe it'd be a bit of a stretch goal to go for all of that, but maybe that's what we'll start with. I don't know. We'll see. Now, to those of you unfamiliar with aerial fishing, this is how it goes. You see all these little fish icons flying around? You gotta click them. When you click them, your bird flies out, catches a fish, flies back. Now, the closer you are, the faster your bird flies back. So if you want to get real sweaty with it, you can always try and run to the ones that are closer to the shore, click them, run somewhere else, try and get to the ones closer to the shore. But honestly, that sounds like hell. What I'm going to do is just stand in one spot primarily and just click the closest little pop-up to me, because that sounds infinitely more bearable. Now, because I am maxed, the chance of getting a mulch pearl, I'm going to call them mulch pearls, is 1 in 75, which doesn't sound that bad, actually. I mean, you can see how fast I'm getting the fish. Sure, it's click intensive, but it's not too terrible. But then if I show you guys the price of the remaining fishing rod I have, which I believe is the pearl barbarian rod, it's 150 pearls. So I'm catching, what, roughly, let's say 10,000, give or take, fish here. Honestly, that doesn't even sound that terrible to me, so I might just do it all in one go. We'll see. Some of these slots are getting a little bit more difficult and time consuming with where we're at. Well, the average rate, if I had to put a number on it, is probably somewhere in the vicinity of like 15 to 20 pearls per hour. I'd probably be more if I'm like sprinting around and trying to be mega efficient with it. But let's say 15 to 20. So I'm starting this video off with a bit of a slow grind, but it's a guaranteed grind, and I like those. So between the fact that I have the pearl fishing rod and pearl fly fishing rod and the 67 pearls I have so far, I think I'm right about, no, 68 pearls now. I think I'm right about on the rate for a golden tench. I'm not too worried about getting it because when I go for the fish sack, I'm pretty sure that costs 1,000 anyway. So that's going to take eons and eons to get. But, you know, the more of them I get, the better, because I can turn them in for extra pearls. So I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of them. Hey, there we go. We did get the golden tench. Very nice. Now, the downside to the golden tench is that I didn't get 2 of them. I'm wearing the Rada's Blessing because apparently it does give you a chance, just like catching every other fish, to get 2 golden tenches. And that would be super, super nice because, you know, I'd have 2 golden tenches. The thing about this is it's an equipable fish. Honestly, it's kind of cool looking. I can't wear it right now. It's kind of cool looking. Doesn't hold much use. I am going to keep this first one, though, at least for now. I'm still going to get my 150 pearls first here. I don't know. I'm in the grinding mentality. I might as well finish it out. All right, there we go. That is the last pearl. Let me talk to this guy and get this bird off of my hand. First of all, look at this floppy fucker. Look at that thing. It's very two-dimensional, actually. From this angle, it looks like nothing. And that's the last time you'll see it for a while, because guess what? I'm going to trade it in. You can turn them in. And when you turn them in, you get yourself a nice 100 pearls for it, which is pretty freaking good. Yes, I will definitely exchange the tench. Boom. Now I have 250 pearls. Well, first things first, let's go ahead and buy the... I'm going to double check, actually. I spent 8 hours here. I want to make sure that I'm buying the right thing. Barbarian rod. Okay, just making sure. There's a log slot, the pearl barbarian rod, and we have 100 pearls left. And you might be thinking, well, that's great. You're only missing one thing left in aerial fishing. Why not just knock it out now? Just a fish sack, right? Just a cosmetic thing. Well, here's the thing. This costed me 150 pearls. The last item I have, the fish sack, costs 1,000. Why Dude, I do not know. Whoever put this in is insanely masochistic. At some point, I'm going to go for it. But that some point is not today. However, it is nice to now be able to have this little stack of 100 pearls that when I come back here, I'm already 10% of the way there. And hopefully we catch several more tenches on the way because that'll just speed up the grind a decent amount. That's enough aerial fishing for now. On the trend of what I started this episode with, there's an item that I really should have in the log, but I somehow don't. And that item is the Leafbladed battle axe. It's not really a hard item to get. There's just one problem. You would assume, well, I've had it before, I should have one in the bank. Yeah, about that. I actually don't have the battle axe or a sword. I think I'm a moron. And I'm almost positive that I somehow accidentally alked both of them. Now, originally I was just gonna go and kill Kurosks and have people laugh at me in my max gear and leaf-bladed spear or whatever. But I have a greater demon task right now, so I figure I might as well go do this at Tormented Demons. I'm still missing the Burn and Claw from there, and I wouldn't mind getting another Synapse anyway. And then I'll probably just go to Konar and just do a bunch of Slayer, because there's a lot of stuff I still need from there, but we'll touch on that in a minute. Right, that is the entire task done at Tormented Demons. I'm pretty sure you saw nothing because nothing happened. That does bring our KC up to, I think, around... yeah, 730. Supposedly the drop rate of each of these is 1 in 500, so we're a little behind, but honestly, it's not really that big of a deal. This task is actually pretty quick when you're doing it, you know, on Slayer task, and most of my kills up until this point weren't on Slayer task, so it was not bad at all. Much more relaxing than Demonics. And now it's time to return to our grand old friend over here, Konar. Check the block list first, and I'll make sure we're still good there. I might regret this later, but while I'm at Konar, I think I'm actually gonna unblock Hydras for now. I actually don't have any intention of doing them at the boss, but I might try a task of the smaller variation of them. Now that I have the Twisted Bow, it might be decent DPS there. I honestly have no freaking idea. Their superior rate on the Imbued Heart is huge, and I am still missing the Imbued Heart and would really, really like to get it. So, I guess let's start looking for some good tasks here. Well, there we go. Hydra's already, unsurprisingly. I mean, the task is super, super common. So, I'll run some numbers and see what the best gear to use is and how tanky I can be, how AFK this task actually is, etc., etc. Yeah, the T-Bow makes these way better than they used to be, and though they do hit through my prayer a decent bit, like right there, if I'm not like obviously actively praying the correct thing, it doesn't feel that bad. You know, maybe I just camp rigor with the task and it won't be that bad. Maybe I'll actually prayer flick. I don't know. T-Bow kind of fucking nukes these things, man. All right, so that task wasn't so bad. I do not regret unblocking them for now. This bow is so good here, dude. It's actually fucking ridiculous. So I did Slayer. A lot of Slayer. Like, a lot of Slayer. And I got a lot of Brimstone keys in the process. Oh, hey, look at that. I forgot you to even get these things from the regular Hydras, but that is a Hydra's Eye, piece of the Brimstone ring. Obviously, you already have it, but it's still... well, it's a little bit of a detour, but I'm not going to complain with the ability to go kill 60 Zulrah on task. That'll be pretty fun. Plus, I am still missing, I think, the jar. Yeah, just the jar from Zulrah. So if we do happen to get super lucky and knock that out, that'll be a green log, and that would be very cool. Hey, look at that. Got a new PB. 44 seconds. Honestly, not the craziest PB in the world, but not bad considering I'm only using range. All right, that is the Zulrah task done. Nothing too crazy there, just a PB, but passive way of getting some faster Zulrah kills. Can't complain. So when I took a look at my Dagonoth King log, I'm actually only missing the Pet Supreme and Pet Rex, which means there's really no reason to kill Prime anymore. So I'm going to try a melee-only method, well, I guess melee mage, where I'm just not killing Prime. I'm going to bounce between the two layers. I'm going to just try and kill the two that I want to kill, bounce out, bounce back in. It's a lot faster to get back here these days, so I don't really have to worry about doing everything in one trip either. I'm not even mad. All right, so probably more food, yeah. Hey, little archer's ring coming in. Dragon axe. Ooh, that's another archer's ring, man. Goddamn. I worked for that one. I was eating a lot of shit. When these don't line up well, or like when I'm getting smacked by Rex at the same time, it's not great. But other than that, this isn't too bad. I suppose I could always freeze him off. I don't know why I haven't thought of that until now. I'm gonna die a lot doing this. I think I need to be less careless. Hey, there's the warrior ring that I would have needed on my log all this time until the retroactive log slots came out. Interesting to finally get it now. All right, that is that task done at the Dagonoth Kings. Honestly, not too bad. I think this is definitely going to take a lot of getting used to, and it's kind of makes them less of my favorite boss because it's less of just like a typical cycle that you go through, but it's still not that bad. Hey, there's another piece of the ring, the Hydra's fang. Kind of crazy to actually finish a ring killing these things, but I guess it's, you know, bound to happen. The task actually works out. Lesser and nagua. There is an item that I need to get from them, which is the Sulphur blades. I haven't really bothered grinding it for the same reason I hadn't bothered grinding the Leafbladed battle axe. Figured it would just happen passively. So, see if we get it on this task. One of the nice things about this grind is that I don't even have to use my own supplies. I can just make the potions here, and that's a super combat and a prayer potion. Pretty convenient, honestly. Hey, there we go. The sulphur blades on the floor right there. I finished up the task a little while ago, but I figured I already made the potion, so I might as well stay. But now that I have the sulphur blades, I might as well leave. Very nice. These are completely useless to me. They are just, I think, a worse version of the dual macahuitl. The log slot, though. Don't see those very often these days. That is an interesting one. You know what? I'm gonna lock myself in for 60 Leviathan. I've actually been kind of meaning to go back to this boss at some point in the future. To be honest, I'm particularly tempted to do it right now, but it would be silly to deny a Slayer task for it when I'm still missing the lure. It's, you know, 666 kills. Haha, creepy. But I would love to get a Leviathan's lure here. I don't think we're actually too far off the rate. In fact, 60 kills might bring me to the rate. Why not? I have way different gear than the last time I've actively killed this boss, so let's send it a little bit. It's also time for one of my twice a year reminders that I need to be doing Kingdom, where only 25% of people approve of me, because once again, I always forget about this place. Actually need to alch stuff because my cash stack is so low that I don't think I even have the coins to replenish. Maybe I should start doing a little bit of alch-friendly activities. But Dabe, I hear you cry. You could be alching while doing Slayer, and you're absolutely right. But if I did that, then I wouldn't be able to continue procrastinating the task until it becomes a problem, which is something I love doing. Second kill back, and I've already gotten the new PB. Pretty good, pretty good. Ooh, little Awakener's Orb. I love when I have the game sounds on and I hear that little jingle. It's so satisfying. So originally I was looking at this task right here, which is the speed task for 110, which, by the way, I still don't even have despite having a Slayer task, but you can't actually do this one on Slayer task. Unconventional, however, doesn't say anything about having a Slayer task, so I feel like that will help this one a lot. And I'm already here, so I might as well go for that. Well, I have 7,000 purple sweets. This feels like a good place to use them. Holy fuck, that is 72 million gold. We'll try this. T-bow mithril arrows. Fuck. Death count number 2. Hopefully we don't get to double digits. Alright, that one was just entirely me being a moron. I'm cooking some tuna. I have over 1 billion XP on this account, and I'm cooking tuna. Is that it? I think I did it. Ah, that was ass. I hated that. I hated that, but whatever. It's done. Alright, back to just killing the boss now. God, that's out of the way. 5 perfect kills in a row. I know it's like, I should be getting a perfect kill every time, right? But for some reason, the stress of doing it 5 times in a row just kept getting to me. No, it didn't take me 700 kills. This just didn't exist the first time the boss was out, okay? Leave me alone. Ooh, 135 onyx bolt tips. That's a pretty damn good drop, dude. Glad I perfected that kill. Ooh, more onyx bolt tips. Ah, there we go. That is 60 kills done at Mr. Leviathan over here. Nothing super crazy, but hey, we did get some combat tasks done, so just pretty good. Gives me more of a buffer next time another boss comes out and I fall farther and farther behind my eventual goal of getting Grandmaster, but for another day. Back to some weird Dagonoth King shenanigans. Big seer call on the sneeze. Hey, warrior ring. Alrighty, that is the entire task done on Rex and Supreme again. They really don't mind doing this anymore. I'm kind of used to it now. Didn't die this time, thankfully. Ooh, missed battle staff. Now, unfortunately, that does mean that I hit the special table of items. But hey, I'll take it. Ironically, I think this is another one of the items that I just retroactively, like, re-added to my log. Hey man, I'll still take it. Hey, there we go. That is my 600 task streak. I actually didn't realize that I was coming up on that one. Before I go and kill these Anku in the catacombs and continue doing my ridiculous Slayer grind, which, by the way, we're not even halfway done yet. I only have 91 keys and I've been doing this for like a week already. I need more Bracelets of Slaughter, which is such such a fun grind because it means that I have to go and get more red topaz, which means gem mining. So I'm gonna go do that for a couple hours and make a bunch of these things. Why can I still crush these at level 99? Oh, whoa, I got two at once. What the? Wait a minute. There's two superiors here at the same time. They must have spawned off the same kill. That's crazy. I don't know if Blood Barrage will out-tank this. I hope it does. Like it is. It seems like we'll be fine. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. Or there's one down for Dark Totem middle, and then I'm also going to get a Dark Totem middle from this one because I don't want to run in there and pick that up. But that's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, I can't not do 60 more Zulrah, right? Hey, look at that. That is a Tanzanite Fang. It's 20,000 scales. Very nice. Not here for the scales. I don't think I even need the scales, actually. Over 100 Brimstone keys later, and this is our first Karask task. So I think the idea of getting that passively might be kind of a long shot. I think I'm just going to do this with, like, I don't know, Broad Bolts and just AFK with Prayer on or something, man. I don't know. Okay, well, it's not the Leafbladed Battle Axe, but at least I have a Leafbladed Sword again, so I can kill these more reasonably. Hey, look at that. There's a Hydra's heart. That means I have completed an entire Brimstone ring off of regular Hydras in this video. And I'm pretty sure I've only had two superiors in, let me check, 1,123 Hydra kills. That's another, I think it was a second missed battle staff I've had this video, actually. Well, I mean, at least it's good to know we're hitting the table for the imbued heart. Or is it worse because we're hitting the table and not getting the item? Another Hydra's Eye. Well, that's an interesting one. Just as I was getting ready to record these Dragon Throne Axes on the ground over here, I also got a Hydra's Fang. Interesting, interesting. Another one. Also, that dropped like way before the boss died, so that's very strange. But that's the third missed battle staff of this video. It's fine. I'm not angry. It's fine. So I haven't recorded in a while, and I don't know why my XP tracker has not reset, but it's kind of good that it didn't, because it's made me realize I've gotten well over 3 million Slayer XP in this video. Now, granted, because it's not resetting, I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate, but we're also closing in on 200 mil ranged XP, and we're actually not very far off at this point, less than 5 million XP away. You know, I'm pretty sure I started this video with 5 million less range XP than I have now, so I could see that lining up. There's another Hydra heart. Probably still like another day of Slayer, or a couple of very lucky tasks, but at least we're getting something out of these. Alright, looks like we're going back to the Dagonoth Kings. I only need 2 more Brimstone keys to hit my stack of 200, so hopefully we get that on this task. I didn't even notice because I was looking away as I killed it, and apparently I have this hidden probably from LMS, but that is a Berserker ring. No Brimstone keys yet, but I'll take another B ring. Hey, look at that. Another Berserker ring. Oh, is that back-to-back with a Warrior ring? It is back-to-back with a Warrior ring. That's another Warrior ring. What a task, dude. Back-to-back Warrior rings? Okay. Alright, that is the final Slayer task of this video done, and that is 200 Brimstone keys on the nose. So, let's go ahead and cash all these bad boys in. Alright, so it's been a while since I remember opening the Brimstone chest. Honestly, it probably hasn't been that many videos, but these videos just take so long now that it's just been a while. So, I am missing the Dusk Mystic hat, bottom, and boots. Getting any of those would be fantastic, and I do not remember the odds. But we are currently at 550 Brimstone chests open, so let's just get moving, I guess. Also, okay, I was gonna say a note to my editor there, but ouch, not a great start. That is that's a duplicate, which is really unfortunate because we only have 2 pieces, but you know, still have plenty of keys left to open here, so not gonna let it bog me down. Well, I'm gonna be 100% honest. This was like, give or take, about 2 weeks of Slayer, and I did not get any new pieces of Dusk Mystic. That kind of fucking sucks. But as always, at least the price track for those curious. That's actually pretty good average value for keys. Usually you expect less than 100k these days, but the original purpose of this video wasn't entirely Slayer. It was Slayer in hopes of getting a piece of Dusk Mystic, which we failed at that goal, but there are a couple of other items in the Slayer log that I can at least knock out without a Slayer task, being the Leafbladed Battle Axe, which unfortunately we did not get with a little over like 1,000 Karasks killed this video, and the Aranea boots, which I apparently can't get a task from Konar for those. And actually, I don't think I'm gonna go for a task for these. I'm pretty sure they're only like 1 in 2,000-ish off task. That's not that bad. I've done worse. Probably famous last words there, but I'm gonna go do that. I actually kind of think I want to use the Serp Helm to do this instead of using anti-venoms, because it would take a lot of anti-venoms to deal with that, and I don't have that many of the venom sacks yet. So at least I'll start with the Serp Helm. I got that Tansfang that I just disassembled anyway, so might as well start with this. All right, well, apparently doing these off task is kind of not as good as doing them on task, which is obvious because the areas are just worse. There's not really a good solid location with a lot of the 146s, so I'm going to end up killing a lot of the level 96 ones as well, which you might think doesn't matter, but the drop rates on the boots are actually different based on the combat level of the Araxites you're killing. That's not great, but I'm hoping that it's still not a terribly long grind. May have just got the tail end of that, but that is the Aranea boots. It took me 1,500 kills, and considering I'm pretty sure that also incorporates the little ones, it's actually some pretty decent luck. Now, unfortunately, these don't have an insane amount of use, but since I'm still missing things like the Sarachnis pet, I actually definitely will find at least some use for them, and they might be useful at some of the other spider bosses too. I don't know entirely what they do at every different boss, but they're still very cool to have. Pretty sure that's like my 7th leaf-bladed sword since coming back here this video. It's kind of difficult to do like updates, but as you can see, my stack of hard clues on the ground is growing, and according to RuneLite, I have killed around 2,500 Karasks so far this video. That's just this video. I don't know, I hope we get this thing soon, because I have actually spent like a full day here just at Karasks, like a full 8 to 10 hours just chilling here. Oh my god, yes. It's real. Look at it. It's freaking real. Oh my god. You know, when you start to go so dry on something that you start to like question if like, I'm like, oh, maybe the ones in the Ironworth dungeon, like maybe they don't drop it for some reason. Maybe something was broken. I don't know. Because this took me over 3,000 kills in this video to get this, which, you know, ultimately is not the worst thing to go dry on. It's just, it's the weirdest things, you know? 3,000 kills for an item that I've already had and just made a stupid mistake. That's my own fault. It returns us to my favorite recurring character, the consequences of my own negligence. That being said, we're up to 1,320 log slots now, and my favorite part about this, and the reason I was grinding for this item so hard right now, is because if we go to the Slayer tab now, we are only missing 4 items: the Imbued Heart and 3 pieces of Dusk Mystic. I have everything else in this tab filled out, and I don't know, to me, that's pretty exciting. And I'm probably going to keep working on that Slayer tab here and there, well, in the next video. First, I have to go do these like 15 hard clues on the ground. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, I know it's a little different, but that's just the stage of where we're at on the account, and I will see you guys all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace out.